Okay, so in the last video, I showed you how to install WinLink and get it initially set up with your call sign, password if you have one, or request a password, and kind of touched a little bit on some of the different things you can do with it. So this time around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a message and then how to actually send it out using Telnet. So before we go any further, let me say this, and this is something that our Aries section manager told us in a training seminar. Regardless of how you send a message, whether it's Telnet, Ardop, Vara, Pactor, Winmore, or tin can and a string, it's still WinLink and it still counts as amateur radio. Okay, the purists might say one thing, but the reality is it is still WinLink, and there's no room for being, obstinate about, well, it has to be done this way. The point of WinLink is you're trying to get your message out. You don't care how it goes, just as long as it goes. Okay, so the rant's over. Anyways, alright, so I'm going to come up here to message eventually. Okay, I'm going to click new message. Okay. I can put in at WinLink. I can just leave her call sign like that. I can click 2. Have filled it in. If I had other groups in there, I could use those. If I had distribution lists, I could use those. Doesn't matter. Okay. So, alright, so I can come up here and click Select Template. Click the plus here by Standard Templates. You get to see all sorts of stuff. Here's your American Red Cross. If you want to do an ARR radiogram or form, it's right there. California, Florida, FEMA. What I'm looking for is ICS USA. You got your 10 row, you got 205s, 204, 214s, 213s, radiograms. Okay, so I want this one. So I'm going to double click on this. And it's going to prompt me to open it up in my browser. Okay. There you go. You have the ICS-214. Typically you'll do that in UTC, but and I would go through and I'd fill out this as I need to. So I'm going to say 1841. There you go. Scroll down. Prepared by. Put myself in there. Submit it. Click OK. Close that. Minimize this. There you go. It wiped out everything I put in before. Okay. So in Outlook Express and Outlook and whatever Windows client you're using or whatever email client you're using, you would click on Send. You don't click Send, you click Post to Outbox. Okay. So you see I've got one in my outbox. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a Telnet session. So I'm going to scroll this up. I'm going to select Telnet WinLink. The ones you'll use are Telnet WinLink, maybe this one, and this one. Typically. So we're going to say Telnet WinLink. When I click Open Session, it brings up this box. Nothing's happened. When I click Start, it's going to initiate the Telnet session, and then it's going to send it, receive any emails that I have waiting for me, actually prompt me because I told it to, and then end it. So it sent that one. One sent, none received, disconnected. Okay, so I can exit this. Okay, got one of my send items. There it is. If I were going to do an Ardop session, or VAR-HF or whatever, I can show you the configuration, but I cannot show you how to actually do it because I don't have a sound card attached. So you'll open your session just like you would anyways. Okay, so you'll click Settings. I had this set up for an old Kenwood radio, which I don't have in here anymore. So I'm going to click on the FT847. COM3 is right because that's where my cat cable is attached. I've been using 9600, but 4800 might work too. Click Update. Okay. So I'm still getting this error because of the fact that my sound card's not attached to the radio. But I can still do certain things. I can show you. That's probably okay. So this is saying that because the sunspot index, solar flux index, has actually gotten a little better or worse, they say that we should probably update. So I'm going to say yes. And you can see it's actually going out and getting all the updates. And there it is. It's updating. So basically what this is it gives me a best guess at who I would be able to hit and what frequencies I'd be able to hit them on. If I double click on one, it will automatically tune the radio to that channel. Right now my radio is set to 7102 because that was the last one that was loaded. That's the beauty of the cat control. Once I actually have a sound card set up, I will go through and I'll do a second video where I'll continue this and show you an attempt at making an Ardop connection. I have yet to be able to make one because my antenna is set up, but never know. So, okay. And that is initiating a Telnet session and a little bit about radio configuration. Like I said, regardless of whether you do Ardop, Vara, Winmar, Pactor, whatever, the radio configuration is essentially the same.